Hello everybody, welcome to yet another episode of Little Modular. Today I'm coming back to QUANTIZER module. That's because since I have reviewed it a few months ago, I got some mails about specific thing that many people have trouble with, which is a tight quantization to some other sequence or riff. This is a really complex module and sometimes it might be a challenge to achieve a tight quantization, especially that there are some other factors involved, not only operating this module itself. What I have here is a pretty simple riff coming off my eloquencer, which is fueling organ accumulator, and then it is triggered by a peg, which triggers mix 3 VCA right here. And I want to synchronize and quantize this other sequence. This is bank oscillator, which is also triggered by peg. And as you can hear, it is not in tune and not really quantized to the other oscillator. So what you need to do is you need to take care of a few things. First off, you have to make sure that you are clocking all of the modules involved from the same clock. So in my case, I have a quantizer, a bank oscillator, and a peg. So I'm using Tempi as a clock source. Tempi is providing clock to the peg envelope. The same clock is then malted to quantizer and it goes in here into clock in on quantizer, so I can be sure that all of the modules have the same exact timing. Now, before we proceed to quantize, you need to make sure that you calibrate the quantizer. To do so, you need to push this force to zero button right here. In that case, it will stop sending any notes from the quantizer and it will allow you to tune your oscillator to the other riff. So for example, if I open this right here and now it's out of tune, so I need to press force to zero and now I'm tuning bang. Okay? It's more or less tuned. Now I can go back, pushing force to zero again. But you can hear that it's still not a perfect quantization. It has some slides, not really perfect, not really tight. By the way, as a source for this melody, I'm using Sample and Hold from Erica Synth's Random. So it's not really precise. So what we want to do is we want to force quantizer so it quantizes the notes only when it receives clock right here. So to do so, you need to go to menu in the upper part to the last item right here. And you need to press this button, third from the top. This makes sure that quantizer is quantizing only when it receives clock. Really precise. So now you can hear that both sources are quantized and in sync. Now even if I ramp up the tempo on Tempi, and it's going to stay in a really tight sync. And that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any other questions, doubts, or propositions for videos, hit me with a message and I'll try to do my best. As always, if you liked that video, if you found it useful, please subscribe and pass on a good word. Bye bye.